What's up guys, Chris Chin from TopSpeed here, and we are in the all-new 2025 Dodge Charger Daytona EV. One of the most hyped up and buzzed up vehicles of this year. As we all know, it's the next generation Charger model, which drops not only from a 4-door sedan down to a 2-door coupe, but most of all, the version that we're here in today is their all-new electric vehicle, or their new all-electric version, which means no Hemi, sadly, no V6, no internal combustion power whatsoever, but rather 670 horsepower, 627 foot-pounds of torque from a dual motor system, sending power to both the front and rear wheels. So we have an all-wheel drive Charger here, basically, through a 100.5 kilowatt hour battery pack, all built on Stellantis' latest STLA large platform, which is their new modular platform for all of its EVs moving forward. And all I could say for now, that I've been in it for quite some time, driving it around here just outside Phoenix, Arizona, near the Radford Driving School, which is home of Dodge SRT's high performance driving school. This is quite the vehicle. Now, this has obviously been quite a controversial vehicle, just because there's been a lot of hype and a lot of mixed reception about the fact that the Charger is coming out with an all-electric version. And it's not coming out strictly as an all-electric car. There is an ICE version on the way, but right now Dodge is just launching the new generation with this all-electric model. And there's been a lot of questions getting thrown around, like, is it still going to be a muscle car? Is it still going to be fast and powerful as your conventional Hemi powered Charger and whatnot? And I could tell you, just from driving it all day and earlier this morning and afternoon, that yes, the Dodge Charger EV is definitely still a muscle car. And I know there's going to be a lot of keyboard warriors out there who are going to be like, nah, it's not a muscle car, it doesn't have a heavy V8 in it. Well, I mean, let's be honest here, because the muscle car, or the term muscle car, does originate from the American, pony car scene. Sorry, just doing a bit of a U-turn here. As we come at the end of the road out here in the middle of the desert. So yes, the term muscle car has its origins with the pony car era back in the 1960s, back in 1963, 1964, when we had cars like the Pontiac GTO, the Ford Mustang, and the original Dodge Challenger, Dodge Charger, and so on. Yes, those cars with their big honkin' 6, 7, 8-liter V8s were very much muscle cars, but you know what? That was more than a half a century ago at this point. And so this electrification, no matter how you look at it, is going to be part of our future in automobiles. And to apply that to apply the term to a muscle car term to an electric vehicle, yeah, it might sound a little bit weird at first, but let's just think about it, folks. A muscle car is basically, if you boil it down, is a car with a lot of grunt under the hood. And as we've seen with other kinds of electric vehicles, whether it be a Tesla, a Lucid, whatever, electric vehicles are out there, EVs can be very fast, and they can very much be performance cars. And of course, another example that has shown us is the Hyundai Ioniq 5N. So when you boil it down, and you drive one of these, and you just put your foot down as my face gets pushed in, this is very much a muscle car by definition. Yes, this has a performance. 0 to 60, 3.3 seconds. And of course, if you hit power shot mode, it gives you an extra 40 horsepower. Yep, definitely can feel it. So just a little bit of a couple backgrounders too. So Dodge says you could get around 270 miles at best on a single charge, which is honestly more than plenty for most people. And if you were driving a gas-powered, a gas Hemi-powered Charger to begin with, I mean, that thing sucks down fuel so quickly that you'll probably get the same amount of range. Sorry, I just love pushing that go pedal because this is so much power under your right foot. It's insane. Alright guys, so we are out here at Radford Racing School just outside of Phoenix, and we just got on the racetrack here. They're a little closed racetrack here, about a 3/4 mile long track, and we're in the Scat Pack, and we're doing kind of a bit of a lead follow here situation, just so we can get refamiliarized with the track out here. But we're here in the Scat Pack. We got 670 horsepower, 634 pounds of torque, but actually we're in track mode, and it's the power, as the engineers tell us, is actually slightly reduced to about 570. And the reason why they do that is because they want to balance the sort of power output and the longevity of the battery, so that so for those of you who do track days or who have a lot of fun out in the track, you know, can have a nice balanced experience between power and longevity out on the track, and so you don't deplete the battery too quickly. But this is going to be interesting, as we're trying to figure out now, because I'm behind the instructor in a nearly 3-ton Dodge Charger Daytona EV, and we're going to see what's what. This is a very heavy car, but I can tell you, just from driving on the road earlier and just doing this lap here, first kind of lap, they've done a pretty good job at hiding the weight here as we go through this chicane back here down to the back straight, and through the second chicane over here, following the line, getting on the power. I mean, you get, now on the brakes, big brakes. We got 6-piston calipers up front, 4-piston at the back. Both are the fixed type, the kind you need in these kind of motorsport conditions. Power. What's good too is I actually feel the road. Turning in, looking where I'm going, keeping your eyes up. Very important thing to do whenever you're on the track, is you want to keep your eyes up so you know where you're going. Get on the power. Hard on the brakes. Ooh, really feel those brakes even with the regen. Oh man, this thing is leaning. Woohoo! Alright, we're putting our hazards on for the cool off period. First lap in the Dodge Charger, or excuse me, first rounds, first set of laps in the Dodge Charger Daytona EV. Really impressive, not gonna lie. I mean, man, this thing weighs as much as a freaking Chevy Tahoe. But wow, it's really impressive how, and I use this word like kind of lightly, pretty freaking agile for something that heavy. But don't worry, because we'll be back for some more.